Alright everyone, today we're going to look at an innovation I came up with. Everyone that has a GoPro camera knows that the audio is not the greatest, especially when it's entrapped in its waterproof housing. The microphones are essentially sealed from the outside environment. So what I did a little bit of research, found nice little housing and some microphones on eBay. Pretty cheap, very discounted off of the actual products that you can get from GoPro or some other well-known companies out there. I opted for a Chinese version. I think it's Chinese. It's just a wild guess, but obviously there's no labeling or anything on the GoPro package and any of that when it came in. But it was brand new. It's in perfect condition. I opted for a cheap, that cheap housing, since it's not going to be intended for underwater use, and since I will be drilling a hole in the side of the housing to insert the microphone. Now, also, obviously the GoPro, they have the skeleton housing, but you can save $10 and buy this, free shipping off eBay, and that's a nice little product too. And so first things first, obviously you want to pick out a microphone. I went on eBay and found this, got 2 for $5, shipped. Can't beat that. This is awesome. Next thing you'll need to get, I opted for some industrial strength Velcro. You can cut it, and it's not like this. It's not like the standard Velcro where you have a sticky and a soft side. This you can cut and it'll stick right to itself. So there's no male and female type of arrangement on those. So those are the only things that you really had to buy in addition to the GoPro that you already had. Some of the tools, those are the products you'll need to buy. Some of the tools and other items. You have a Sharpie marker. I used some micrometers to measure the base of this, of the microphone, where it's going to be placed through the housing, so I know what size drill bits to use. Now you'll notice that the microphone has one smaller neck, on the plastic part, and then it gets a little bigger, and the bigger part does get into the housing a little bit, so you will need to open it up to that size as well. I measured this as I think it's about 0.3 inches, and then this one, so 0.3, roughly 5/16 I believe will work. And then next it was just under 3/8 of an inch for the outer part of the microphone base there. So after you get your hole all drilled, you'll have this. You want some scissors, very easy, cut it to the right shape and size. Glue gun, and then afterwards I will be painting it. So I got a few colors here since I'll be using for bow hunting. Try to get some spray paint here. I'm gonna try to put some type of a camo pattern sprayed onto my final product. Obviously then I'll tape over the lens and some of the buttons and the displays. So it should work out pretty good. So first things first, I've already got the mark there, but I'll show you the process of it. You want to take your GoPro camera and put it inside your housing that you got to modify. Okay, now take magic marker, permanent marker, whatever, find that spot, perfect, right there, dead center of that microphone port. Next up, take the housing out. Don't try to drill a hole in the housing with your camera in it, it'll just ruin it. The base of this microphone I measured with some calipers. Found this to be essentially a 15/16 or I mean a 5/16 inch diameter for that microphone base, just under 0.3 inches. So first things first, you want to take this drill bit, the sharp point there, start the bit into there, you know, by hand. That way you have a good starting point, and then put your drill bit in there, hold it down maybe on a vise or get something nice and that'll protect your hands. You don't want to cut yourself, drill a hole in your hand. Also take caution with this lens. You want to make sure that you don't have that drill bit scratch up your lens, because then it's just one more thing to buy and replace and fix. Another thing too you want to keep in mind, when you plug this in, it will come out to the second lip here of the base of this microphone. So I measured that. That's going to require a 3/8 inch bit. You won't need to go all the way through the housing with this. You might need to just kind of polish off the top of that hole with that, just to give a little bit more depth, so this can very easily click into place. So we're done with this housing. This is the my legitimate GoPro housing. I'm not actually going to drill this one because I like keeping this for underwater use. So the next thing is going to be get your housing, get your hole drilled, and you want to take your microphone. It's going to go in here like that. But before I put the hot glue here, one of the things I use this for is, well, it's going to help stabilize the microphone base a little bit from rotating so much. It'll also, you know, if you get any, I'm going to use it for bow hunting, so it might be kind of wet outside, you know, walking through the trees and you know, the forest and the woods and all. Plus it'll help keep any dirt and anything else out of that hole, just to protect that hole a little bit. So one thing is, it's going to come up, and if you walk around, I mean, it's going to swing around, and that's going to obstruct your view, you know. So I was like, well, I need to attach this somewhere. I looked at the options. I mean, I could put it anywhere. I could wrap around like this or like that. Ultimately, with this Velcro, you can put the Velcro anywhere you want. I figured, well, I'll just put it a little bit right there with the hot glue gun. Very easy, from your local hardware store or craft store. Works perfect. No chemicals, no adhesives. It's just hot plastic melting onto other plastic. Works great. Again, while you're doing that, I just kept the camera out of it just in case there any heat transfer or anything like that might be too hot for the camera. So I found that I liked this position for the microphone. So next thing was took the hot glue and put a strip of this Velcro right up against there, and ran some hot glue around both sides. This has adhesive on the back side of it. I peeled that off just so it was a better adhesion of that hot glue to the Velcro there. And pretty much a final product at this point. And then you can see I clipped off just a little bit, that little square, and put it there. And from this point, put that in. I can snap it in place there. I can snap it there. You know, I can run it back this way. What I might ultimately do for some more high-speed activities, such as mountain biking or bicycling of some sort, or even cars, maybe I'll put a piece of Velcro back here, just so it gets tucked out of the wind. You know, like perfect, just like that. That'll probably be my next step on this one. So that's that. Moving on, I will since I'll be using it for bow hunting, I bought some spray paint. I'm gonna make a template or something, and found a nice textured paint here. So that'll help with add some dimension to it. I'd say that increase some camouflage ability, and there you have it. It's I look forward to making my future videos a lot better. Alright, you can see here I've taped up all the holes in all the lens, and anything that might require some sort of movement, or the Velcro even. Put some tape over all these pieces, just to make sure that you know, if I want to see that red dot, the LED, I can see that. I can see the display on the camera. So next up, we'll go put the first coat of paint on. You can see also I actually even put some tape on the inside, just so no paint went inside and made its way to the inside of the lens. So I'll go put a first layer of paint. I'm going to paint it with this on and in the snapped and closed position, just because if there's any paint put onto the housing with this unlatched, that might interfere with the closing mechanism. You can see it's a very positive snap, and any thickness due to the paint might interfere with that snapping function. So, okay. Okay, you can also see I got the microphone here too. I'm going to put some tape on this as well, just the same as I did here on the housing, on the Velcro. I'm going to put some tape around the exposed metals here, along the Velcro, and I'll cover up the foam, the wind muffle there. So, okay.